Again, as I stated earlier in this lesson, many have sicknesses such as heart conditions, while others have died because of the levels of stress they carry due to the responsibilities that they keep as burdens or cares that they have. Please understand this. I want you to know the difference between it. Responsibilities cannot become burdens to you. And I'm guilty of this 100 times over. When God gives you something to do, or you have a responsibility, your children, your home, whatever, they should never become a burden. When a responsibility becomes a burden, then you have removed God from the equation. You need faith in God to exercise your responsibilities. Yet if you begin to walk in doubt, human reasoning, fear, and or natural ability, then those responsibilities easily become cares, thus burdens, and you become anxious. That should never happen. And it happens all the time. Our children become responsibilities. Lord, I give them to you. I'm guilty of this. I'm going to give our kids to the Lord. We gave your kids to the Lord. How many times have you taken them back? Like you can't count on one hand. Nope. Every time you try to figure out how God's going to fix them when the time gets rough, you take back those cares. I give them to you, Lord, save them no matter what. Then they get in trouble. I'm going to help you. No, I'm not going to help you. I gave you to the Lord. And I'm not going to be concerned with what you do in regards to that. I'm going to trust that He's going to do it. That's a hard stance, isn't it? It is a hard stance, but it's the one that works. Otherwise, you'll step in and the job won't be done in the heart. And so they don't get saved, really.
Wow.
Once you cast your cares, they now belong to God. What sense does it make to give your cares to someone who can do everything and then take it back thinking they won't do anything? That doesn't make sense. God, I'm going to give it to you because I know you can do everything. But God, I'm going to take it back because I don't think you're going to do anything. That doesn't make sense. Once you cast your cares, your anxieties upon God, leave it there. It now belongs to Him. He said He would do it. You know that there are so many times in which I've asked God to do something, yet in the process of waiting, the process of time, I often worry and all the way, and I take it back sometimes. This is not faith. For worrying about cares or being anxious is nothing but a package of doubt that we carry. This causes decay in our faith, resulting in failure. Often, in our anxiety, we carry what belongs to God or what we have given, cast upon Him. Continued anxiety takes back the cares that we have cast upon the Lord. If you continue to do it, you're going to have it back. Beloved child of God, I want to make something very plain to you, and that is some cares that you may have are not in God's will. Because some of you get cares and then say, God, you said you would take care of all my cares. No, He didn't. You went out and put a burden on yourself that God did not want you to. And then you try to throw the responsibility for carrying it on God. God will not carry most of these kinds of cares. And so you find yourself on your own. This often happens, it causes loss in some things. With some of us, we go out and we take the faith message and we begin to be selfish with it. My God said He'd give me anything. I'm a king's kid. So Father, I'm going to go to the most expensive car dealer and I'm going to buy a Bugatti. Who knows what a Bugatti is?
Oh, yeah.
You see, I didn't know until my son said, Dad, you got to look at this. This is a Bugatti. I said, all right. I said, you're 19 years old. You're talking about a Bugatti. $1 million price tag.
Yeah.
So but many of us Christians, because we think that God is our banker, we go into the Bugatti deal. And we say, God, I know you're going to take it. No, never mind. You make 15 grand a year. God is God. Yeah. Because He's good, He's going to finance this Bugatti.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we go in and we sign the note, and they're just, we just wanted to make a sale. No cash required. They give you the Bugatti. And then you find out that God is not taking care of the Bugatti bill. And you say, God, I'm going to trust you for it. And then we do, the blessed march. And Father, I'm going to march around my car and claim this car as being paid in Jesus' name. Hallelujah. Father, I bless your name for blessing me with the finances to pay for this Bugatti that you didn't tell me to buy.
Wow.
God, your word says if I cast my care upon you, you care for me, you'll take care of it. And God doesn't do it. Because he didn't tell you to do that. God doesn't finance your desires and will that are out of his word.
Amen.
He didn't tell you to do that.
Amen. Wow. Help.
Then you wind up having to return the Bugatti.
No, they'll repossess it.
How are you feeling guilty and stuff like that? Be honest. I know you're out here. All right, come on, raise your hand, please. I'm guilty. I'm just letting you know. So now some others are raising. I am guilty of doing stuff like that. God, I want to get this new cell phone that has bleep, 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 bleep on it. It does all of this that I will never learn how to do. But just because it does it,
Yep,
I'm going to get it.
Yep, I will.
And it's going to cost me $200 a month.
Or more.
Or more. But when they ask me what kind of phone I have, I'm going to flip it out. What phone is that? That's a new Bugatti phone. Listen, I want you to do this. You can't cast upon God cares that he didn't tell you to take.
That's right. You can.
Because Christians misapply the word and think that it's going to work.
Nope.
You have to repent and then return the car.
Yep.
And God will tell you that that little car that's been in your mother's driveway for 5 years and needs to be fixed, that's yours. But really, because some of us from the top start at the top. But God, he tries us with faithfulness. He that is faithful in little is also faithful in much. And also he's checking your pride along the way, because he can't use you in that position of the heart. So God is doing multiple jobs in you, and you just want him to make you look good.
That's right.
Wow. Help, Lord. Jesus.
Many often carry things that God won't and are soon crushed by their weight. Whenever a person steps out and does something in their own will without God's direction, they often find themselves without God's divine resources and provisions to do it.
Amen.
A person must never tell God that he must carry their wills and wants. Yes, God can do anything but fail. Yet he won't do your will, rather his alone.
Amen.
Some people have been reckless regarding carrying certain things by using faith to make, again, a plan to support their wants and desires. They expect God to provide in these circumstances. True faith is not reckless, rather directed by God.
Amen.
God will direct you regarding what he desires you to believe for, and then carry the cares that may arise from them. He'll carry what he's directed you to believe for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to have a home. God will carry the mortgage.
Amen.
Yes, you have to have a little car. In this city, sometimes when our jobs require it, God will carry the car note. God will carry the gas. God will carry the phone that you need in your home, but not the Bugatti phone. Because he's not carrying pride.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
God will supply all of my needs according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. He supplies, he cares for, he carries needs. And sometimes when we are faithful, he does stuff just to bless you.
Amen.
Sometimes he does those little blessings, but when you try to do it, duplicate God's blessing, you always mess up.
Yep.
God, I remember you did that last year. I'm going to figure it out. We're going to do it this year. God says, listen, don't try to take and duplicate my surprises. I do this in a special way. You can't figure it out. I can touch people's hearts and give you stuff for free.
Yes.
Amen.
And you can spend $1 million to try to duplicate it just because.